Because I understand that my striking staff, their working conditions are also my working conditions, and that welfare is political. It's not just about me as an individual student, it's about us working together.
I think the way university management is treating our lecturers is absolutely awful. They've got all this money and they're just ignoring fair working conditions. I don't think that's fair, I don't think that's right, and as a student I stand with staff for a fair future.
The marketisation of our education system shows a blatant disregard for the accessibility of education and is going to make it an elite project and a profit-making scheme, and that isn't what education is about, and that will hinder social mobility.
Yeah, also we as students should know that we have the right to enter academia regardless of our social, economic background, and we should know that we will be supported and valued by our government and by our universities when we enter academia. I think that if the poorest students aren't allowed to enter academia, that's just going to mean that the voices in academia are only from one kind of people, which is obviously bad for society, and it's also not a part of a fair and equal society.
Yeah, and it's also important that we stand in solidarity with our lecturers. It's unacceptable that many of them are hired on 0-hour contracts when they have families to feed, and yeah, we've had enough of this, so we're standing up against it.
I support the strike because I think that academics are doing an incredible job. And I think that they should be given fair pensions in their old age. And I also support the strike because it's part of a wider project trying to prevent the marketisation of higher education and to make sure that education is accessible to everyone in the future.
Firstly, the pension cuts are really severe, and a lot of the academics are really angry about it, and I think it's important that we stand with them, you know, as students in what they're doing. Also, I'm a postgraduate student and I would like to go into kind of the academic sector at some point, and you know, at the end of the day I would like a good pension at the end of it. And also I think it is part of a wider attack on universities involving the marketisation and privatisation of the universities, which includes, you know, things like the increased student fees, cuts to grants and all the rest. And you know, if we win this fight, we're more likely to win our fights as students for, you know, for better conditions for us as well.
I support the strike because I think this is a historic moment in British higher education. This is in effect the culmination of the processes that were set in motion all the way back in 1998 when these were introduced. Now is the time for us as students and workers to stand up for education and push back the marketisation agenda.